Hey, it's our anniversary.
What?
God damn!
I know.
What'd you get me?
I got you, my love.
Oh no, I'm getting chocolate all over this chair. That's what I got you. You got me your
chair.
love. That's
got you my love.
exactly what I wanted.
You're welcome.
Thanks. You guys, we've done 200 episodes.
200.
That's fucking insane.
That's a lot.
And we're still right where we started.
200 episoes.
Who's been with us since the beginning? Let's hear it. Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout
to,
out.
a lot
At
of
us.
them.
You know, like us, at us.
Yeah. Be
Tell
like,
us.
oh, I was there for episode 1.
Yeah, I was there for black fanny packs and
Ghetto Google Streets.
yeah, I was like, whatever the other one was.
If you hadn't been with us since the beginning, also,
We still
fucking
love you.
thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for joining us now.
Yeah.
You could be with us from the beginning, starting now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
to the top.
You're with us
straight
from
to the
right
top.
now.
We're
Straight to the
still. We're still
On our
not,
way.
Yeah, we're still
Clawing
on our
our way
way. So you still get to say I knew them before they were big. Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm. But you better jump on quickly because, girl, we about to blow up.
I don't know about all that.
I
but-
do. 100%. I feel it in my bones and like in my moles.
Ooh, your moles are tingling?
Yeah, you know how people can feel like the weather in their moles and shit? Like I can feel You haven't heard that? You haven't heard that before? I can feel our great success in my mole on my back.
You should probably get that checked out.
I really should, and so should you.
I did, and they were like, yeah, we can cut them off if you want to. And I was like, you don't seem concerned. And then I just never went back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sounds like a great plan.
Checked.
We should make a dermatology date.
I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down.
Let's do
Fucking
that, like, next
healthcare-
week. Yeah.
Healthcare date, let's go.
Listen, I'm all about self-care lately.
Yeah, self-care, healthcare, mental care.
Yeah,
Let's do
all
it.
that. All of that would be under the umbrella of self.
Take
for
care.
it.
Cardigans.
Okay, well, I'm a little out on the cardigan.
Because it's hot.
Yeah, it's so hot. I don't
I
want
made you a cardigan. It's not sewn together yet.
I was like, you did? Did I just
I
fucking
forget
ditch
it?
it? Yeah, like I feel like that's not something I would just ditch. Yeah, where's my cardigan, bitch?
I just gotta sew it together. And
Okay.
at this point, it's fucking
Too
summer
hot
months.
to touch.
Yeah.
Listen, you can give it to me when it's cold.
Okay.
And I will wear that cardigan everywhere.
Anyway, you want to give me your goddamn?
Hell yeah, I do.
Okay, let's hear it.
Mine just happened yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Well, we have a lot of family shit going on lately. I mean, 4th of July weekend, lots of family in town, lots of things going on. Had the best fucking weekend. You and I went wine tasting. We fucking ran through the vineyards, allegedly. Drunk as shit.
Allegedly.
Security may or may not have been called, but in on the joke. It was the fucking best weekend I have had in foreverdom, but very tired.
Yes.
And the weekend continued on into the week. And then Lee's family, they had some family members stop in. So we went over to his mom's house for dinner and to say hi and all this stuff. And we're all walking outside and we're loading up the kids to say goodbye. And everybody's all excited and happy. And I had my hands full of shit. And my littlest boy, he's just now old enough to climb into the car on his own. And so he was climbing into the car on his own. And as he was climbing up, the neighbor, like, which is basically a part of our family.
Yeah.
The
Been around
neighbor
for
lady.
a long time.
Yeah, been around for a long time. She looked at me and she goes, "Isn't it so nice when they can just like climb in on their own?" And I was like, "So." And before I could say nice, my little boy slipped and then he face planted into like the step of the car, you know, to like get in.
Yeah.
And it made a loud bonk sound and it definitely was his face. And when he turned around, his mouth was just gushing blood. And I was like, hope he's got all his teeth. And so I just like scooped him up and held him. And of course he was screaming. And then I go to take him inside. Naturally, everybody's flocking around like, is he
course.
okay? And
Yeah.
it's making it 10 times worse,
Yeah.
which I would have done the same thing. Like, oh my God, is he broken? Should I call 911?
Yeah.
But
What are we
anyway,
working with here.
yeah, like what level is it? And I'm like, homegirl, I don't know, man. Like shit's fucking, I'm just holding him close so that his body stays together in case it just falls apart. I've been watching a lot of Stranger Things. Anyway, so I get him down and I sit and I look at him and he's got like a cut on his chin. And on the other side of that cut is like a giant gash the size of like a dime or maybe a little smaller than a dime. But his face, his teeth went through his lip out to the other side and caused like a little scrape. It was just a tiny scrape on the outside, but it kept bleeding. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And his lip is just like a big old flappy. And he wouldn't let me touch it because it obviously hurt. But eventually I got it dried off so I could see like what we're working with. And Lee was like, do we need to take him to go get stitches?
Yeah.
And I'm like, do they do mouth stitches? Like,
Yeah,
I thought
they
if you
make
just-
do mouth stitches. The fuck?
I don't know, man. But I was like, I don't know. But it stopped bleeding, so I did not take him to get mouth stitches. And I thought, man, that is the curse of baby number 2. Man, like with my
Seriously.
first, I wouldn't have even fully assessed. I would have been like, get him in the car. We're going to urgent care.
Yeah.
No, I just was like, well, I mean, it stopped bleeding. So like, let's monitor it if it keeps bleeding or if he can't eat or something. And by the time I got him strapped in the car, he was just like, can I play with your phone? And I said, yeah. And he was happy as could be.
Oh, my
Didn't
God.
care. It wasn't bleeding everywhere. But
That's
then
the
this-
other curse of kid number 2 is
Right.
they're like, I'm going to grow up to be a serial killer. Pain doesn't faze me.
100%, right? Yeah, like mom never cared, so why should I?
Yeah, everything's fine. What's that, broken? Nah, now I can just twist it weird.
Yeah. Look at how dextertile I am.
Dexterous.
Yeah, there you go. I was mixing like agile and dexterity.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, so turns out I don't really know if his lip is so busted that he needs stitches, but this morning he woke up and he was cool. He's in a happy mood. His little lip sticks out like he's got like Bubba from Forrest Gump, you know?
Oh, baby.
I know, and I pulled it down this morning, and you know how mouth sores just look gnarly? Like, if that thing turns into a canker sore, this babe is about to be in some pain.
Oh my
But it was
God.
like all white and fluffy looking and gross and black from the old blood, and I was just like, all right, man. And then I just told Lee, I was like, make sure you tell daycare that the scratch and dent was there before we dropped him off. You know?
Oh, my God.
When you park a car, you have to like give them the stats of, or like you rent a car and they're like,
Yeah, that scratch was here before I got it.
mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Poor little guy.
I know, but I mean, I think he's doing okay.
Yeah.
CPS don't come for me. I actually really care about my kid, and it terrified the fuck out of me. But,
Of
like,
course.
you know, COVID.
So he's probably fine.
He's fine.
History says he's probably fine.
Does it hurt? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Does it suck? For sure.
But also, mouth wounds heal faster than other wounds.
Do they? Because I feel like
Allegedly.
that's an eyeball story. Like, eye wounds heal quickly for some weird reason.
Allegedly, it's mouth wounds because of something to do with your fucking saliva or some
Oh,
shit.
like flushing it out all the time?
Yeah, but I feel like it's inaccurate because anytime you've had a mouth injury, you're like, this is lasting for years.
This is miserable.
Yeah.
By the way, does anybody else hear wind chimes and horns honking?
Yes.
Okay.
I did hear that.
Wasn't sure if I was just really high, which I'm not high at all, but you don't know. You never know, you know?
Am I?
Sometimes it just blurs together.
Yeah.
Oh, man, oh, man. Okay, so give me your goddamn, Aaron.
Well, my goddamn actually just happened this morning.
Oh.
I was
Coming in fresh.
coming in fresh, coming in hot. I was driving to work. Here's the thing. In the Jeep, top off, doors off, right?
That's the way I like to floff.
Drive on the freeway. That's the way I like to drive, is just fucking leg dangling out the window.
Which sounds
or door.
terrifying. Why do you
It's-
do that?
I don't, because it's fun.
Put it in.
No, it's fun. I love it. I love it so much.
Does it just like, you know how like if you put your hand out the window, it'll pull it back?
Yeah.
Does your leg just do that in the wind, like flopping around?
Like, whoa, it's flopping over there. No,
Yeah.
there's a little hinge that I put my foot on, or there's another little, like, not bar, but fucking area that I can rest my foot. Or if you just, like, let it hang and flop, it doesn't actually get taken by the wind. The most that it does is, like, go back a little bit. Like, doo-doo-doo-doo.
You're so weird. Keep your body in the vehicle at all times.
No,
Fucking
most
weirdo.
of my body out of the vehicle.
That's so weird.
It's fun. You should try it. Anyway, so that is how I am cruising to work. I have to fucking, there's a whole get up, right? All the things. Well, my visor mirrors, whatever these are called, they're broken on both sides now. So you can like pull it down and you can use them and stuff. But like there's a little hinge that kind of just
Pops
lets go
out.
every once in a while. Yeah, it pops out and then the whole thing like just falls down.
Flops.
And you can shove it back in, but you gotta like hit it and stuff, whatever.
You gotta
So-
hammer that shit back in. You should get some Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, it's a little plastic piece that broke, and I don't know if I can replace it or what. Or it's just really bad design. But I
Yeah,
probably
Jeep.
should just get fucking Gorilla Glue and shove it in there. But either way, I was driving, and it flopped down like, bitch, I'm broken,
I woke up while you're driving?
while I was driving.
That sounds dangerous. That
It's
sounds
fine.
like a terrible feature.
I mean, it's just, it flops down as far as a visor goes.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, oh no, now you have a visor.
Yeah. Oh, no, you are protected from the sun
Yeah.
in your eyes.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I haven't had the top on in a minute, so there's fucking wildlife that
Oh,
comes into
no.
my car.
Oh, no. Is
every
this
once in a
another
while.
spider story?
This is another spider.
Oh, my God. I was going to say, at least it's not a spider on your bagel.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
worse.
Oh.
It's a spider in your face.
Oh. Oh my God. It
Dear God.
flopped down and like in my face while I'm driving, right? And I look up and there's a fucking spider and spider webs. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And then on the other side, there was like a pile of rocks. I don't know what the fuck it was.
Were they baby hatchlings?
Did not investigate that close. I
no.
just slammed it back up until I got to a point where I could stop, and then I like investigated it, and the spider was gone. And so then
That spider's long gone. He's like, fuck, man, it's windy out here.
I just like swept away the spider webs and the pile of rocks. I don't know what the fuck the pile of rocks was. I took a picture of it because I was like,
I want to see.
The fuck is that?
Maybe it's like a rock collecting spider. I'm sure those exist somewhere.
I'm sure they do. But the pile of rocks didn't fall. It was like pebbles that were all stuck together in a little tiny pile, like a little cone on top of my mirror or on top of the visor thing. So like it would have been sitting flat as a little cone. And then when it flopped down, now it's like pointing at me. And I was like, what the fuck is that?
And it was just like attached to your visor?
It was attached.
It's got to be eggs.
Stop that.
It's got to be like the eggshells. They probably already hatched, or perhaps you touched a bunch of baby eggs.
I wiped them off. Yeah. I don't think it was eggs because it looked like rocks.
Well, I mean, have you ever seen a bunch of tiny spider eggs?
Yeah.
Do they look like rocks?
Not as far as I can tell. They look more like fluffy white.
Oh, those are brown recluses. Or black.
Well, I guess
widows.
I haven't seen all the brands of spiders' eggs.
I Google them all the time because they're in my backyard.
Oh, these are daddy long leg eggs.
Maybe, you don't know, man.
I don't know. I guess it could have been a different species of spider. But
very, like an unrecorded one.
Yeah.
Perhaps you found the rock
new
spider.
Species. It's a Jeep spider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might be onto something.
Yeah. I don't know. It was terrifying, and I just slammed that bitch back up. Like, not today, Satan. Not while you're driving.
Oh, my God. Actually, you know what? That's, like, quite an improvement from, like, your normal reaction. I have to say.
Yeah. Well, I didn't bail out of the car, so that's impressive.
That's honestly what I would expect. And, like, almost death, and, like, you're out of the car, and somebody has to come help you, and you're just standing on the side of the freeway. Like, there's a spider in there. I don't know what to do.
I don't know.
It's real unfortunate.
Listen, 200 episodes and I've grown.
Yeah, honestly.
The spider bagel story. But also that spider was like looking at me like, bitch, I'm going to get you. And I was in an enclosed space.
Yeah.
With this spider,
much more terrifying.
I could be like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, flop him out into the
See,
open
that
air.
spider must have had the ride of his motherfucking life. He is severely displaced.
Oh, yeah.
Like, fuck, where's home?
He's gone. Yeah. Also, I feel like spiders will keep other bugs out of my Jeep. So I'm like, you can live here, bro. Just don't be around when I'm here.
Do you think it's the same spider that had, like, attached itself to your vehicle when you were leaving my house and you had to, like, back up to break its web?
I hope not, because that one was big.
That one was massive.
That was really big.
That was a real big spider.
But I have those same kinds of spiders at my house, and so I know that they're in there. And every morning I get in, there's fucking spider webs.
Oh,
and
man.
I just break them apart.
Sorry, I'm not home right now.
Yeah, I'm just
driving through the spider webs.
ripping through them to get into my car. Sometimes there's little fucking footprints on my seats. Those like cats and shit.
Oh, I was like, of spiders? How the fuck do you know that?
Big ass spiders, because there's 8 legs. And they all have shoes. Tiny tap dancing spider shoes.
Can you imagine tying all those shoes every morning? That's such a grandpa thing to say.
That alone would make you late for work, you know?
Oh my God.
Yeah. But long story short, I'm fucking alive. I'm here. I survived it. And if anyone knows what a tiny pile of rocks glued together on your visor means.
In the shape of a cone, evidently.
Get at me. Yeah.
Get at me.
Get at me.
Hit me up in my DMs. About those spider eggs. Anyway, do you guys want to hear my murder story on episode 200? Oh, my sad goddamn.
I do.
Oh, good. Well, you are in for a treat. Okay, so this week I'm going to tell you about Michelle Mashad and James DiVaggio.
DiVaggio.
I didn't look up how to say either of their last names.
I feel like you crushed it.
Okay. I have no background info at all for either of these two monsters that I'm about to tell you about. So,
fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. Let's just jump right in, okay?
Hell yeah.
The year is 1997.
Oh, okay.
And we are in Sacramento, California.
Okay.
Now, we have James DiVaggio, who is 37, and Michelle Mashad, who is 39. And they're living together in an apartment. And they've been dating for about 2 years.
Okay.
Both had prior relationships, and they both had daughters from those prior relationships. But it's not clear to me if those daughters lived with them at all or not. But just for it'll be relevant later on, they do have daughters.
Okay.
Now, it just so happens that James had a lust for younger women.
Ew.
And he had a deep desire to own a sex slave.
Ew.
And Michelle, who was so in love with James that she was willing to help him reach that dream.
I hate it.
You're going to hate this story. Super trigger warning
Sounds like rape.
all the way. Yeah, there's going to be rapies here.
Ugh.
His desire didn't just end at having a sex slave, though, because they often talked about and fantasized about eventually murdering their sex slave, like killing someone.
Bro, they're escalating before they even escalated.
Yeah, like they are daydreaming here. It's kind of like us in the podcast where we're like, hey, I'd love to be on like a solid network or something. And then someday, wouldn't it be awesome if we were like rich and famous and we didn't have to work another day in our life?
And we're
Escalation.
like, we could just road trip around and
Yeah.
do nothing.
Live on a commune.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But I don't get theirs.
No, their dreams are different.
Their dreams are dumb.
Yeah, your dreams are dumb, James.
Yeah, your dreams are stupid. Give up on them.
Get out of here. Pfft, your opinions are shit. So, in order to achieve this dream of James's, the couple decided that they would outfit their green 1994 Dodge Caravan with some enhancements to allow for James to live out his dreams. They removed the back seats and installed hooks and ropes to
my God.
tie up victims.
Turn it into a good old-fashioned rape band.
It was literally rigged to be a torture and murder chamber,
That's
is what they
fucking
did.
Gross.
Super gross. So once the van was ready to go, the couple decided that it was time to carry out their plan to find him a sex slave.
That's so gross.
It's super disgusting. It's not nice. It's
That's so gross.
Hashtag not relationship goals.
No. Hashtag just fucking find someone who's like willing. There are
Right?
women who are willing to be like, yeah, fuck yeah, tie me up, daddy, or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. No, but I'm guessing that part of the allure here is that they don't know, like, that they're scared and all this other stuff. But I'm
That's
sure you can
so
find somebody willing to
gross.
participate in that fantasy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really a nurse,
Right?
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not really a schoolgirl.
Yeah. I'm not really a librarian.
Yeah. I'm not really a lion.
I don't know anything. Rawr.
Rawr.
Fuck your Dewey Decimal System. Yeah, fuck it.
You never learned the Dewey, did you?
Could you imagine?
Oh, man.
God. Okay, so moving on. They were like, yay, let's go get a sex slave. So in September of 1997, Michelle decided to bring home 13-year-old Christina Doe. All the women in these stories, their last name are listed as Doe. But her name was
13?
13.
Bro.
And she was a friend of Michelle's daughter. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad enough that it's a child, but like
Somebody you think you can trust,
somebody
like your
you
friend's
think
mom.
Yeah.
So that's exactly right. So Michelle brought Christina home, and when she got to her home, drugged Christina and forced her to undress, and then sent her to go to James's room where he was laying and waiting for her in
my
his
God.
bed. James proceeded to orally and digitally copulate Christina.
Copulate.
Copulate? I was like, I don't know how to say this word.
Cope it.
Copulate.
Ugh. Ugh.
Copulate her, which I hate worse than saying rape.
This is oral copulation.
Yeah. It's like the grossest, like,
Yeah. And then he performed cunnilingus.
oh no, don't do that. Against her will.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's 13 and
this
he's
poor
doing this to
baby.
her. He was in his late 30s. Just to give some perspective, he's like 37 or something like that.
Yeah.
So Christina was eventually let go after this fucking assault. And she was sent home, but obviously was told not to tell anybody.
Yeah.
So she escapes.
Wow.
A few weeks later, Michelle and James abduct their next victim. 20-year-old student Alita, who was walking home from night school when Michelle and James pulled up in their torture van as Alita walked down the street, and James jumped out of the van and pulled her into the back.
Oh my God. That's aggressive.
That's super scary.
Yeah.
While in the back of the van with James there, Alita was sexually assaulted by him while Michelle drove around.
Ew.
Eventually, James told Michelle, like, let's go ahead with our, quote, plan, a.k.a.
This
murder.
is the one.
Yeah, let's murder her.
That's terrifying.
But instead, Michelle decided to pull the van over in some isolated area and told Alita to get out, and they drove away. So Alita lives.
So Michelle was like, not this one.
Not this one. Wasn't feeling it. It wasn't right.
This
Feeling
is
wasn't
the
right.
one. Wow.
But again, with each time, they're like telling the girls, like, don't tell anyone, though. Like, don't tell them who sent you.
Ugh.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, bonus, at least she got out.
Yeah, right?
But, like,
she gets a lot.
They're also kind of fucking stupid.
They really are not smart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not gonna tell anyone.
You got it. Promise. Pinky
Promise.
swear, cross my heart.
Yeah.
Hope to die. Stick a needle in my eye. So the couple's next victim was Michelle's very own 13-year-old daughter.
What?
I'm not kidding. Her name is Rachel. I was going to say was, but her name is Rachel. I guess Michelle was like so willing to please James that she didn't mind sacrificing her own daughter for the task.
Oh my God.
I know. And they were on a road trip. I don't know where they were going or whatever, but they had the 13-year-old on a road trip when the assault happened. And James held her down while Michelle, her own mother, digitally raped her.
What the
I don't
fuck?
know. I don't know. Like, you're supposed to be safe with your mom. That's really weird. Why would your mom want to do that? Like, did James really like that? Is that why the motivation for the mom to do that? Like, I don't know.
That is some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Also, as a mother.
Like, that's not pleasurable.
No.
Like, who's getting off on that? Literally
my
nobody in that
baby.
scenario.
Like,
Nobody.
that's horrifying. I hate it.
Oh, yeah, super horrifying.
I hate it a lot.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine
No.
being that daughter?
No, I can't even imagine. I can't imagine any scenario. Like, the most obvious one is it's got to be James is the one getting off in this scenario, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even then,
And he wants to see his girlfriend with this little girl.
that's so weird.
I wonder if the mother-daughter thing plays into it. If it's like,
I don't know,
because it's
maybe.
gross, like it's dirty, like
that's
like-
like disgust is like a fetish.
yeah, like it's even more. It's like humiliating. It's even
Ugh.
more like,
God, I'll never understand it.
ugh.
And I'm not okay with this scenario. I'm not okay with this kink.
You're not.
Not if all parties are not willing. Fucking lemons.
I don't think 13-year-olds should be in any parties,
No, they should be at home. Maybe slumber parties.
slumber parties,
Okay.
purely innocent slumber parties.
Yeah, where you're literally just at a party to slumber.
braiding hair.
Yeah,
and telling ghost
painting nails.
stories.
All right, so after her mother's assault on her, James then orally raped her while her mother sat there and watched.
That is fucking gross.
Disgusting, in this van. They then took Rachel to a motel where they duct taped her mouth and hands, and James proceeded to orally rape her again. And like I said, this poor girl was like with people who she trusted. And so it's not clear like how the torture ended, but my guess is that, you know, the night went on and then they eventually were like, okay, don't tell anybody about this.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck? You just been betrayed by your mom, like someone who you're supposed to be able to trust.
Yeah, she just got abused like a lot by her
lot.
family. Exactly.
That's awful.
So-
that poor dad. They're like, yeah, sure, you can go on a road trip with
Right.
your mother and
I don't
boyfriend.
know anything about their back life though. Like what kind of it couldn't have been a good life Michelle
No.
was having.
No. But I'm
horrific.
assuming maybe there's like split custody or something.
Involved. Yeah, there's got to be, right?
And so it's like, oh, you're going to take her on a road trip. That sounds fun. You
Yeah,
guys
go
enjoy
have
your
fun.
time. Yeah.
Psych, your mom's boyfriend's a weirdo.
Your mom's a fucking weirdo too.
Preach.
Ugh.
So now it's November of 1997, and it's time for Michelle to find James a new victim. So Michelle convinces a gal by the name of Amy to come on a ride with her under the guise of wanting to vent to her about her relationship with James. So I'm guessing Amy's like a friend.
Yeah. And Michelle is like, can you believe he wants to do this to strangers? And
Right.
Amy's like, that's so fucking gross. You need to leave him. And she's like, anyway, here's James.
Anyway, here you go. She's like, and he doesn't do dishes. Like, I don't know. Anyway.
Right.
So Amy agrees, and Michelle drives Amy around, and they end up at a motel. And once inside the room, Amy is hit over the head with a gun.
Why was Amy like, yeah, let's get a motel?
I don't know.
We
Maybe
stay in the night on this fucking vent, sir?
I don't know. Maybe it was. I mean, like, you and I would do that. Like, let's have a girls' night. I just need to get away.
Yeah, but not like an impromptu one. Like,
Yeah.
hey, can we vent? I just need a girl's day or whatever, like
Yeah.
a bestie date, and we get Starbucks. If you brought me to a motel, I'd be like, I need to call my family.
Like, let me make sure this is okay.
yeah, like I still got
But hell yeah.
fucking responsibilities, but
Maybe-
also, hell yeah, let's go.
Maybe all those things did happen.
Maybe, I guess.
Either way, when Amy got in the hotel, she got hit over the head with a gun.
By Michelle?
I actually don't know who had the gun. I'm guessing it was James.
Oh, okay.
But that's pure speculation.
He's like already in the room.
Yeah, because James then handcuffs Amy's hands and begins to punch her in the face, like
Bro.
knocking her around. He then pulls a gun on Amy, holds it to her head, and pulls the trigger. Amy heard the click of the trigger, and then nothing. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing. And James goes, "Damn, it jammed."
Oh, what?
Yeah, can you imagine? He was gonna fucking shoot her brains out right there, and then the gun jammed.
Well, lucky for him, because I'm sure someone else in that motel was like listening. I don't know, around.
Yeah, like, was that a gunshot?
Was that a gunshot? Because these walls are paper fucking thin.
Yeah, what a terrible fucking plan and idea.
Yeah, and then also, is this hotel room registered to your name or
Oh,
whatever?
hey, look, I know who did it.
I left a bit of a mess back there.
Oh,
like,
my
what the fuck was your
gosh.
plan?
I don't-
He's lucky it jammed.
Literally, they don't have any plan. They're terrible at this. Not
is
that
Amy.
they should be good. Like, thank God they're terrible at it, but fucking
Yeah, of
idiots. A bunch of
course.
idiots. So, Michelle then blindfolded Amy, cut off her shirt and bra, removed her bottoms, and began to orally rape Amy. Michelle did it.
Whoa.
Amy was eventually let go, alive, and was told, like, don't tell anyone. So, now it's a few days later. So, this is all happening.
So
like,
no one has told anyone.
nobody has told anybody that we
Even
know
the
of.
20-year-old student.
Nobody has told anyone that we know of. And it's been like consecutive, like back to back to back. Like I think it started in September and we're probably in like
We were
fucking...
in November at least now.
Okay, November.
Yeah.
It's gonna, just so you know, spoiler alert, it's gonna end in December. So this is over a 3-month span of time.
Okay,
So
but
this is a
still.
lot happening. So people could be reporting that something's happening, but they're not being caught.
Okay.
So now it's a few days after the assault on Amy, and the couple's next victim is a girl by the name of Sharona. My Sharona. I knew you were going to do it.
My mouth was full.
And Sharona happened to be the friend of James's 16-year-old daughter. So again, you think you're safe with someone, but you're not.
Yeah.
And Sharona was at work when Michelle and James showed up and offered her some drugs in their van. They were like, "Hey, man, you want to come in my van? We got drugs." I'm guessing pot. I don't really know for sure, but, you know.
We almost got taken in that situation, like, last weekend.
It's a very easy situation to be succumbed to, you know?
Puppies? You're not going to get me drugs.
Hello. Is that a van, you say?
What are we talking?
Is that a torture van, perhaps? So Sharona's like, hell yeah. And she follows the couple into the van. And as soon as she got in, Michelle pushes her down. James hit her and handcuffed her and ordered Michelle to start driving around. So while they were driving around, James forced Sharona to perform oral sex on him while she was like sobbing because she's terrified.
Oh, poor girl.
I know. Michelle eventually pulled over into a residential neighborhood and then climbed into the back of the van, removed Sharona's pants, and performed oral rape on her again. I don't want to say performed. That was kind of weird. But you know,
This is a performance.
orally raped her.
Watch what I have next.
Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Yeah. But
Why? Like,
I don't know.
Nobody's getting off.
I don't know. That's why I'm thinking, like, every scenario, is James the one ordering her, like, now get back here and go down on her? Like, is that what's happening?
It has to be, because nobody in that situation is getting off. Like,
No.
physically, nobody
No.
in that situation is getting
No.
off.
And that's got to be so gross
Yeah.
on so many levels. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if she just came from work.
Like, let me take a shower real quick.
Yeah. Like, I've been standing all day.
You don't want to know what it's
Get away
like down
from
there.
here.
You
Yeah.
don't want to know what it's like.
This is swamp ass.
Swamp ass everywhere. Watch where that tongue goes. Anyway, during the entire assault, the couple kept threatening to kill Sharona, and they kept flashing a gun at her, so she was scared for her life.
Flashing it. Did you see it?
Oh,
Did you see it?
1, 2, 3, bam! Uh-huh.
not-
Just kidding. That was
not
just my
jammed
mouth.
anymore.
I didn't really shoot it. I was just saying bam.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, there it is again. Ah, watch out.
That one almost got you.
Oh my God. Yeah, but they kept like showing her the gun, so she was terrified for her life and like knew that they would kill her.
I fucking bet. Bro, you punched me in the face and I'm terrified for my life.
Precisely. You don't have to show me your gun.
Glass jaw.
I know you're fully fucking prepared to execute said execution.
Exactly.
They eventually drop her off at a gas station and told her again, don't tell anyone what happened, but she lives.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm. How fucking gross must you feel?
Like walking away.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Like there's not enough soap in the world
No.
that could wash away the sins of those people
Yeah.
from your skin.
Ugh.
Like, can I have a lobotomy now? Thanks.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Seriously. So now it's around Thanksgiving time. Same year. And the couple set their targets on their next victim, which is Jamie's 16-year-old daughter.
Why, bro?
His own daughter.
Why?
I don't know. There's something wrong here.
Why?
So her name is April, and the couple took April to a motel because they were going to drive her to the DMV in the morning. And I don't know if the hotel was closer to the DMV or what, but that is the reason that they were all in the hotel together. Mm-hmm. While at the hotel...
Do they not have a home?
I think it's like an apartment, and maybe it's just not big enough for everybody. I don't really know.
You did say
Or maybe they're just like visiting, and they're like, hey, come to our motel. I don't know. Nothing was clarified, specified, no locations or anything. In fact, all of these like kidnappings and stuff happen between Sacramento and Reno.
Okay.
Like they go all the way into Nevada.
Wow.
So they were driving around all this whole time. This like caravan was probably their van or their home half the time.
Ugh.
So they get April to the hotel, and James and Michelle confess to April how they like to go what they called hunting, and they were looking for someone to kill, and they would use the van, and that they would torture the women in the back of the van, and that they had done this several times already.
And April was like, neat. Anyway, I think I hear my mom calling.
I have to leave.
Left my stove on.
Well, they asked her if she wanted to join them in the hunt, and clearly April was freaked out and was like, hard pass.
I'm going to go ahead and pass on that one.
I do not wish to be a part of your secret operation.
Ugh.
And this pissed Michelle off.
Well, listen.
Yeah, what do you expect,
Yeah.
dude? She's 16.
Not everyone's into your kink.
Right? Can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
So while James was in the shower that night, Michelle sat next to April on the bed and explained to her that James was going to go down on her when he got out of the shower.
No.
Yeah, like prepped her for it. And then once he was out of the shower, he did just that to his very own daughter for over an hour.
That's fucking horrifying.
Why?
Nobody's getting off in this situation.
It's got to be James. Like, listen, not to keep blaming the dude, but like, what?
That's horrifying.
Right? 16.
That's horrifying.
Why? Why? It's gross. It's
hate
really
it.
gross.
I hate it.
I do too.
I hate it. It's like a mental fuck up, too.
Oh my God, on every level. Like,
Yeah.
you're not safe anywhere. Fuck that shit. So, their next and final victim was 22-year-old Vanessa Sampson. Now, Vanessa was working as a secretary in 1997 when she was abducted on December 2nd as she was on her way to work. Michelle and James spotted her while walking through a Pleasanton neighborhood, and they pulled up in their torture van, and James jumped out and kidnapped her and threw her in the back of the van. That was like lemon number 6.
Yeah, there's so many fucking lemons today.
Weird, right?
Okay.
Once inside the van, James gagged her with a ball and gag
Oh my God.
and raped her with a curling iron.
No.
Yeah. I don't know if it was on.
It was
I know-
not.
I know you want to know the answer.
It was not.
Yeah.
I don't want to know because it was not. Because
Not
if
on.
it was, I can't live with this.
Nope. But raped her with a curling iron and then took her to the Sundowner Inn in South Lake Tahoe at around noon. So they drove around the morning torturing her in the van and then took her to the hotel at around noon.
I don't like this one. Can I leave now?
I know. Well, obviously, this is where some bad things are going to happen. While they were in the hotel, they raped and abused her for the remainder of the day. And in the early evening hours, they brought Vanessa back out to the van and promised that they were going to let her go.
Yeah.
But instead, they proceeded to strangle her to death with some rope in the van.
Oh my God.
And then they dumped her body on a snowy embankment and took off.
Oh my
So
God.
they had finally pulled off killing someone that they had been like talking about this whole time. So it didn't take long for Vanessa's body to be found in the snowbank, and she was found on the side of Highway 88 near Lake Tahoe and Alpine County. And I don't know if she was found the next day or what, but it sounds like this all happens pretty quick, the next few events. So when they found her, it was clear that she had died from strangulation. There was still like a 6-foot rope wrapped around her neck.
Oh my God.
And the autopsy revealed that she had clearly been molested. And we know
Yeah.
that she had. But they didn't know about Michelle and James.
Yeah.
They
didn't
just
know
know
there was a fucking traveling circus in town.
Yeah, they knew that people kept reporting being abducted by somebody with a van, and then now there's a dead girl on their hands.
Okay.
But on December 3rd, so the day after Vanessa's murder, FBI agents raided a Nevada/California state line casino. I don't know which one it was, but you know those casinos right on the state line? Mm-hmm. Raided one of those and arrested James and Michelle, who had been at a casino, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Because they were wanted in connection with a kidnapping and sexual abuse of a Reno college student.
Was it Alita?
I'm guessing, but it didn't specify.
Okay.
But that rape and attack had included a green van.
Mm-hmm. With a fucking dragon painted on the side or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. So FBI had gotten involved and had traced it back to Michelle and James, found them in the casino, and arrested them. So, eureka, they were busted.
Cool.
But they had no idea that they were connected to all of these other things.
Yeah.
And so once they were under arrest, nearby police in Pleasanton and Sacramento had caught wind of the arrest and started to realize that the whole kidnapping by van operation sounded like some of their unsolved cases that they were dealing with. Mm-hmm. So they were like, hey, let us check that shit out. And so they teamed up with the Reno authorities to investigate.
Okay. Crossing state lines.
Exactly.
Love it.
So the van was processed, and it was clear that it was their torture chamber. Like, you can't really hide that. They recovered tons of evidence, including a ball and gag and 2 curling irons.
Oh, why?
I don't know. One of the curling irons and the ball and gag had Vanessa's DNA on it, and Michelle's fingerprints were on one of the curling irons. So...
The other part of this is they're not cleaning anything.
No, I know. Really, though.
This is so unsanitary.
I hate it. Why a curling iron?
I don't know.
Just
like, all I
it's
can think
phallic?
is like like the clack clack.
Yeah.
The fucking...
Like the duck part?
Yeah, like it's kind of like
what are those things called?
Speculum.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my God. I don't know why I saluted you. I have no idea.
Gross.
Yuck.
Hi,
hate
Captain.
It. I hate it. I hate it.
Anyway, I'm out.
Yeah. Later. Yeah. Not quite sure, but I don't want to know the details of why a curling iron.
I don't either.
While they were questioning Michelle about one of the attacks on the Reno student, authorities bring up the murder of Vanessa because now they have evidence, and they're like, hey, yo, bitch, we have some questions.
Hey, yo, bitch.
And Michelle begins to spill the beans on what happened that night and their whole little fucking operation that they had going.
So she fucking turns quick.
Oh, yeah. She turns like that.
Yeah. She's like, actually, I have not really been getting off in any of this.
Actually, this has really just been all of James's fault.
Mm-hmm. But listen, you are complicit and an accessory.
Yeah. So it's your fault now, too.
Mm-hmm. And
so
your fucking daughter.
Oh, God. It's so sad. You have to feel terrible as a parent, like coming out of that.
That post-nut clarity?
Yeah. Ooh.
So it's hard.
Michelle claims that her and James would often go driving around in neighborhoods or near high schools that they had attended when they were younger, and even elementary schools, scouting out girls to abduct and rape in their van.
Absolutely fucking horrifying.
It's awful. And she also told authorities how they called it hunting. So Michelle was brought to trial for the assault on Sharona, April, and the murder of Vanessa. James was only tried for the murder of Vanessa because he pled guilty to his crimes committed against Sharona and April, so there was no trial. Mm-hmm. The biggest issue in trial was proving who had actually strangled Vanessa and who was at fault to receive the death penalty, because the death penalty was on the table because they were kidnapping during the murder or torturing during the murder. There's several things that they were doing during the murder that made it okay for the death penalty.
Yeah, fuck it, both of them.
Yep. So James claims he didn't actually do the murdering, and so that he should not be the one to get the death penalty. Mm-hmm. And Michelle claims that she was under the control of James, so that she was forced to do it.
Oh, so did she admit to killing? To being the strangler?
I guess so, yeah. She must have, but like that James forced her to do it.
Like he's the mastermind behind all of this.
Exactly. In the end...
the thing.
Yeah, tell me.
I don't care.
Yeah,
just
fuck
fucking
you.
both of you.
Fuck
You
you
both
up.
fucked up.
Yep, I'm out. Mm-hmm. So in the end, both parties were found guilty of first-degree murder of Vanessa, along with several other fucking counts of sexual assault charges and everything. Like, I did not want to list them all, but there are quite a few.
Yeah.
Both Michelle and James received the death penalty because they had kidnapped and raped with an instrument during the murder event.
So gross.
I know. So that is the end of my story. Cue lemon drop.
Lemon drop. That's absolutely fucking horrific.
Their own children. Like,
That's-
it's already horrific in itself.
Yeah.
And the fact that you fucking planned this out by like purchasing a vehicle and outfitting it, like, those seats in the back, get rid of those. Hook up some hooks and some pulleys and rope system to tie people up so they can't get anywhere.
Yeah.
By the way, you got any extra curling irons? Like, what the fuck?
No. I don't like that. I don't like that.
So be careful walking down the street. If you see any vans fucking roll up on you, bail.
Yeah, or your friend's parents, apparently.
Yeah, like, don't go stay the night anywhere. Don't do anything. Stay
Or
at
your
home.
own
Be
parents.
terrified.
Did your parents get a van recently?
Oh, God, stay away from it. Don't go in the
Fucking-
van. Don't go to motels. Don't do anything. Stay at home.
Stay home. Don't ever leave your house.
Yeah, watch Stranger Things.
Yeah, I'm not watching that.
Oh, why?
I watched part of the first season and I couldn't really get into it.
I love it.
Yeah, we differ in our
We
TV
really
watching.
do. We really do.
Surprisingly.
It is surprising, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Right now I'm going all the way back through fucking Supernatural.
You can rewatch a lot of things.
I rewatch so many things. 'Cause
I'm like
half
a
the
one
time
and
I'm
done
fucking
gal.
crocheting.
Yeah.
So then it's like I know what's happening and I can hear it and I'm like, oh yeah. And then I look up and I'm like, oh yeah.
I could do that with like sitcoms.
Supernatural's a sitcom?
I guess, yeah. Like I was thinking like older sitcoms.
like The Office and Friends and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it with those. I did it with Parks and Rec. I do it with fucking Schitt's Creek. And now it's Supernatural. That's what I'm on.
My stomach just growled or did something.
Rumblebug. Uh-oh.
Kyle says thanks for the tip. You're welcome, Kyle.
Who's Kyle?
Kyle's the guy who brought us these Starbucks.
Oh, thanks, Kyle.
AKA Uber. Kyle.
What a guy.
What a guy Kyle is.
All right, well,
Yeah, so I guess if you want to check out pictures pertaining to that case, go to isgdpodcast.com.
I actually do want to see what kind of piece of shit people these are.
Really?
You know when you like look at them and you're like, oh yeah,
Yeah, that looks like a piece of shit.
that checks out.
Yeah, you can also go check out those pictures on our social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Our handle is at ISGD Podcast. Come join the goddamn pod group on Facebook. It's a lot of fun. We might get shut down. You never know.
You never know.
It's just to keep you on the toes kind of place and thing.
Guess we'll never know.
Never know. Also, you can email us at isgdpodcast@gmail.com, or if you'd like to snail mail us.
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
And on that note, motherfuckers, until next week.
Happy 200!
Woo woo!
Bye!
Later.